Another very important part of all turbines is the constant speed governor. The governor controls the amount of steam that is allowed to enter the steam chest. Since there is a variety of these governors, we will select a very common type which is used on the turbine shown in this module. This is the type of constant speed governor that we will cover in this course. It is called a mechanical shaft governor. The governor assembly is attached to the shaft. It operates a valve which increases or decreases the flow of steam to the steam chest according to the speed of the turbine. If the turbine shaft starts to turn too fast, the governor closes the valve, allowing less steam into the turbine. This slows the turbine down. If the shaft slows down, the governor opens the valve, allowing more steam into the turbine, which speeds it up. The most critical parts of the mechanical shaft governor are the weights. They operate on the principle of centrifugal force. As you can see, the weights on the ends of the rods swing further out as the speed of the shaft increases. It's much the same as swinging a weight around you on the end of a string. When the turbine is not operating, the springs hold the weights close to the shaft. As the shaft reaches operating speed, as shown here, the spring tension is overcome by the centrifugal force of the spinning weights, and they move away from the shaft. In this illustration, the shaft is turning too fast, and the weights are at their farthest point from the shaft. Remember, the farther the weights are from the shaft, the more the valve is closed, cutting down on the steam allowed into the turbine. In this illustration of the entire constant speed governor, the turbine has just been started up. The weights are held in tight to the spindle by the spring, and the valve is in the open position. When the turbine reaches operating speed, the weights are pivoted away from the governor spindle by centrifugal force until they reach the normal operating position. The result is that the spindle is pushed out of the constant speed governor, as shown by the arrows. As the spindle pushes out of the governor, it moves the top of the governor lever to the right. Since the lever pivots on a pin in its center, the bottom of the lever moves to the left, pushing the governor valve partially closed, the normal operating position. If the turbine should exceed normal operating speed, the weights are pushed even farther from the spindle by centrifugal force. They push the governor spindle farther out, and the linkage further closes the valve, cutting down on the steam supply. This slows the turbine down. As the turbine slows down, the weights are pulled back toward the spindle by the spring. This results in the governor spindle being pulled in, reopening the valve, and feeding more steam to the turbine. The constant speed governor stops adjusting itself when it locates the operating speed for which it is set. That's the basic idea of the principles of operation of a mechanical shaft constant speed governor.